Okay. The Wolverine. The Wolverine Trucker video. Inner Fury. That's pretty intense, actually, if you look at it. It's really cool. Done by Chichester? Don't know him. And this is the cover's done by Bill Sienkiewicz, which is obvious, right? Sienkiewicz. I'm drawn to his art. I love it. It's kind of cool that Chester is the writer. Okay, that's cool, bro. And Tom DeFalco is the editor, so that tells me this is an old book. What's the year? Did I miss the year? Like, what's going on here? Actual size. That's like Brian Michael Bendis crap right there. Hydro station. This is mobile en route with cargo. Behind my back, they call me the whale. Magnification laser. What? Lumen blade. Nanotech. So what is the year of this? Come on. This is in the back. I paid $3 for it. Pardon my language. $7.50 in Canada. Wow, I got it for less than half price. In some dark past, a conspiracy tore open the skin of a man called Logan to test the limits of his enhanced healing abilities. Between the screams, they fuse his bones with an unbreakable alloy called adamantium. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Adamantium? I don't know. There's other ways to say it. That's how I say it. Before they stitch his flesh back together, they bonded metal to fit the claws of the berserker within that would come to be known as Wolverine. Okay, the dark past is about to look like the good old days. What? He's just so skilled. Like, so much raw energy and just the lines. Like, who cares if it's not right? It's not, but no one gives a crap because you just get this feeling from it. It's like a work of art. It's not just, something that he slapped together. I don't know how Jack Kirby did it, but he was a god as well. But that's awesome. Now the X-Men on the razor's edge faces an even deadlier cabal. An enemy inside a high-tech virus raging through his blood to break down the unbreakable skeleton and push the mutant's healing factor past the limits of agony into death. Every superhero has something that they need to overcome, and this is his. Will it max out his healing factor? Can his healing factor overcome this adversity? And survival depends on Wolverine hunting down the mystery behind that Machiavellian infection before it works its fatal malignancy on the rest of humanity. Whoa, dude. I want to go back to this store. That's like an awesome place. Dude, what's the year? November 1992. I was still collecting back then. He's like got so many concepts. That's why, because when I see his work, it's like he's copying me. But he's not copying me. We're in the same zeitgeist somehow. I don't fully understand it. As a Carl Jung kind of, communal psychology, something to do with that. Stanley, Inner Fury. What? Thinks the little man hunched low over his little machines. Anticipate ETA at first light. Roger that, Mobile. Baron's looking forward to the little somethings you're bringing his way. What the hell is wrong with his eye? Both of them. Little somethings. Somebody tell station to get a real sense of humor. But I'm really a shark. I have to be to survive among the rest of these predators. There are predators. Is that a shark? Is that a little shark? What the hell? Nanotech micro machines ain't the only thing shrunk down around here. You've lost a few pounds, haven't you, whale? Like 300 or 400. Watch your mouth, idiot. Strucker wants him under the gun for safekeeping, but he's still project co-leader. Good to know. Oh my God. He looks so... and we're still playing escort service to freak on a diet plan. What? Escort service to a freak on a diet plan. Sorry. Sorry, I read it wrong. Your lack of respect for authority is noted, soldier. No doubt you go far among your fellow terrorists. Oh my God, what is it? 1992? Just talking so blatantly about terrorists. Hydra has made him fat and happy for a long while. I'm already bored. Okay, so... but we better read faster here. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff going on here. He's Shark Boy. I don't care. I still love the art. He kind of reminds me of the dude from Dune. You know, the Harkonnens? Look at that. He's got tubes and everything. It reminds me totally, the feel of this reminds me of Cyber and Warlock in New Mutants, and he drew that. Same kind of energy here. What was that? Dr. Moros? The Island of Dr. I can't remember. It was hip and happening back then. Back before Val Kilmer and who's that dude? Stella! Marlon Brando did that. I loved the movie. I don't care. Everybody hated it, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck? It's like, I love train wrecks. And betrayals. The transformation would require refusals and betrayals. I'm showing a set of nanotech engines missing from the inventory. You don't say. Well, this is 1992, and they're talking about nanotech. You know where we are now with nano? This is totally Warlock stuff going on here. Oh my God, look at those headlights. You know, you can totally recognize. Nice headlights. I wonder where they could have gone to, the nanotech. I don't know. It's a mystery. So we're going to find out how nanotech affects Wolverine's his skeleton, his adamantium-laced skeleton. And these shadowy figures are like, you men have a problem with the situation? What situation would that be? Exactly. What is this, snow? What the heck? That's fascinating. I think it is. He's like painting and stuff, so I don't know if he used gouache or what. Woo. No, not your head. Not anymore. What? It won't be my head that gets handed to Von Strucker on this. This is some Hydra shit right here. No, not your head. Not anymore. See, you got to read it right? Otherwise, whoop, 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 whoop. That's a helicopter. And a train. And an aircraft carrier in the sky. Is this S.H.I.E.L.D.? We picked up a Hydra courier on his way. Oh, of course it's S.H.I.E.L.D. What the hell? Aboard an air traffic controller's nightmare called the S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what? If you want to enjoy reading this without my insanity, just pause it. Pause it and zoom in. And like scroll around the page. Okay? Yeah, no problem. Wow. I love the layout. It's time to a skunk works. It's home to a skunk works that makes it their business to know everybody's business, don't they? Doesn't Hydra know everything about everyone? Doesn't S.H.I.E.L.D. know it? Oh, I swear. These old comics, they're like toxic. They give off vapors that just make a person fall asleep. Snicket. Scream. Wow. Claws are razor sharp and adamantium, the strongest metal on the planet. Shocking. Same thing shot through my skeleton, making the bone they're equally unbreakable. Wow, he's so cool. Back then, this was almost his coolest. He was gaining in popularity from, as soon as he stepped onto the scene back in, like, what was that, 1975? I don't know. Until I started collecting back in 85, I think. And it was like the golden era of the X-Men, just awesome, story after story after story. And yes, it was social justice. There was stuff about racism and politics and genocide and misogyny and all of it. It was just all in, because it was about real life, even though it's like a crazy situation. Aliens and sharks in space. Do you remember Sharks in Space with, what was that? The Brood. Wicked, man. Just wicked. That was like an Alien knockoff, like Aliens, Alien, all that stuff. But who cares? They took it their own way. He's here, I've got to. Don't wait, you idiot. Activate nanotech implementation now. That's what we need. Nanotech implementation. It's a fool or a lunatic who's going to risk taking on that kind of bad scene. What is this whirring? What is this whirring? Is that the nanotech? Or is that a buzzsaw? That's got to be a buzzsaw of some kind. Whoa, dude. This dude's just mean. I've got him. Oh my God, I missed the bone. What does that mean? I missed the bone. Meaning the poor man's Highlander is 1-2. What? Is 1-2? What the heck does that mean? Is it because those claws are just crazy? It's like it's coming out of his... Well, whatever, man. It's like they're loose. Tough luck, I won't make the same mistake. There is so much wrong with how his anatomy is, just so you know. And he sacrifices anatomy. I know he could do it if he wanted to, but he's got that energy that's trapped in the lines, and he captures the motion and like the movement, and he's just a master at it. He really is. Somebody says he's left. I don't know. I don't care about his politics. And I don't even know what this is. Somebody's falling out of a door. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Tough luck. I won't make the same mistake. Whoa, he's just mean. Just ruined this. What is that? Damascus steel back then? In comics, I mean, Damascus is ancient, right? Sure, why not? The hat's not quite funny looking enough for a jester, so he must be nuts. And the way to deal with crazies is on an outpatient basis. I like thought bubbles. I don't know why they went to this. They can still have narration. You never know who the narration is meant for. Yeah, that's totally Warlock. Some weird mummy Warlock knockoff. Outpatient out the window, same difference. Thwomp. I love these sounds. Kirash. Thwomp. Rapid healing tightens the skin at my shoulder. A moment of... he did, didn't he? A moment of having to suffer through a maddening itch as the tissue draws. That would be... Because you know how when you get cut, it's like... Oh, I want to pick the scab. Oh, I can't. And then next thing you know, you're subconsciously picking it. It ends up in your mouth. You're chewing the scab and you're like, oh, why can't I stop? Foster's down by his own incompetence. He sounds kind of incompetent. Oh my God, he's messed up. Whoa, dude. I just love how they just, look at that. And it's lazy too. What the? What's going on? The strong arm squad's own suffering in something else again and looks to last and looks to last considerably longer. Learn from his example. You know the price of failure. Well, the price of failure is losing, right? No, not just that. Possibly death. Yes, I'm sure it's death. I plan to have fun with the Hydra's finest. Teach them a lesson before doing Colonel Fury a favor by picking their brains. But you can't play games with people who take killing as deadly serious. Nope, you just can't. No games to be played. All you can do is end them. And that's what he does. Look at that. There is like... It doesn't matter, they're characters, you know, but he's not going for like David Finch or Jim Lee. I don't want to say Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld, I love you. I love your work. Don't get me wrong. I do. I love the energy that you put into your work too. And I always did. Like, everybody wanted to draw like that guy, Jim Lee. And he's pretty close to immaculate. Keown has and definitely had more zest in his artwork as well. Nth Man I started. That's the first time I remember Keown. I never got into, was it Pitt? I always got it. It's not Max, right? Max is somebody else. Pitt is his. Anyways, an animal is a constant struggle to keep locked away. Whoa, what's going on? What's that? It's hard to tell. That's the nanotech. This is, we're totally, man. I don't understand. Look out behind you. Oh, the Damascus blade has the nanotech. Ripping at my insides, waiting for the key that'll let it loose from its cage. Nanotech injection complete. Platelet contact. Oh no. Initiate adamantium peel. Initiate destruct. This sounds not good. An icy chill grips my bones. Not the bones. Oh no, look, it's stuck there. Guess there were enough of you. One had to get through sooner or later. That's all it takes. It's just that one. That's all it takes, baby. Who said that? The IRA, the Irish, I don't know what they, they said it to Margaret Thatcher. They said, we don't have to, we only have to, you have to succeed with stopping us every single time, right? To Margaret Thatcher, because they were trying to assassinate her. And then they said, we only have to succeed once. And I was like, oh, that is so cold. Right there, baby. That's a bit of history. Both from the metal on metal impact to a sword on my adamantium lace skeleton. Yeah, brag about it. And from the scene I see in my head of that berserker side lashing out in revenge. Too bad there's no one else left to celebrate with. I see brain there. I get a mental grip as the last of the assassins tightens his on the hilt. Tightens his grip. That's just like, I keep a hold on mine. I don't like how that flows. I would have done it differently. What the hell? That's explosive. That's violent. This is not an X-Men comic book. Krumpf. Oh, he fell. It looks like Warlock. And his slips away. What, his grip slips away? I guess. I call myself big. The fuck? Tell me why I say thank you. Instead of turning you into another reason for not eating red snow. Dude, chill out. He's there to help you. But he doesn't know that, does he? And that's one twisted sense of self-worth you've got, mister. Not to mention a hearing problem. I didn't ask who. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. It looks like they're friends. Look, bub, or big, what's mine's mine, and what's yours is going to your saviors tonight. Survivors tonight, unless you start talking. Not a man for small talk, are you? That's impressive. Neither am I. I'm in vengeance, an abundant business, hired by a sizable group of families who lost loved ones to these very corpses here. I'll need proof of their deaths. This will do marvelously. Just pull out your cell phone, dude. You've made a massive job so much easier. Can I offer you a cut? I'm no bounty hunter. Don't be so judgmental. Oh, don't be so judgmental, Wolverine. Every man has at least one thing. Okay, club dog meat. What the hell? What kind of... That's a cool name. And I love his lines. I just love... He's like, flap, 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 flap. Circle, 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 circle. Da, 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 da. Shadow, 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 shadow. Look at the extreme detail and perfection used there. But it's just, I just love it. It's beautiful. Oh my God. That catches my eye right away. This is all boring stuff. Older men have usually been too domesticated for my taste, but I have a feeling you've got a real animal side. Oh my God. Oh my God. In your dreams, darling, don't take it so personally. It's just a couple of gray hairs. No, look. What the hell? Ow. You do have an edge on you. Why would you do that? Let me kiss that and make it better. Why stop with your finger? One great reason might be to keep from cutting the rest of herself to ribbons as your condition can... Oh my God. What the hell? What? He's got ninja hair? Or is that the adamantium doing that? What's going on? Much indebtedness is in order, but a simple thanks will do. Heard enough for now, old man. Maybe some other time. Oh, this book is just... It's a... Oh my God, he's been infected with nanotech viruses. No, it's probably video. That's just weird. He just broke his beer bottle. That's savage. Why would you do that? Your mighty perfect immune system. Look at your hand. Look! It's not healing, is it? Am I exaggerating now? Oh, no. Your nails, that's adamantium, isn't it? Another tall tale confirmed. The contagion must be programmed to separate it out of the bone. That sounds painful. You know a lot. Big, maybe too much. How? I don't know how. I still love his art, though. It's just incredible. Ah, look at that. Just look at the proportions and the dimension. Oh my God, that's not good for you, Logan. Is this a blunderbuss or something? It gives that impression, doesn't it? He's carrying tea. Fascinating. Love that. Doop doop boop boo. Bloop, bloop. Play with sharp objects, you're gonna get hurt. It's starting to heat up. Okay, that's nice. Whoa, that's violent. Yeah, that's totally what his face is saying. Yeah, that's incredible. If you can say it better than that. Brucatum. The hell's a brucatum? Brucatum. God help me. Ooh, free-floating adamantium driven to reforming along my spine. That cannot be good. Oh, whatever they tear into on their way through isn't enough to waste him right off. The screaming could last for minutes or hours. It's a mercy killing for him, for me. A magnificent display. Magnificent. Oh, he's got to be hurting. If you get off on life as much as death, big, who named themselves? Oh, I'm big. Shut up. Keep that head down. Shouldn't be much of a problem where you're concerned. Okay. I guess they're going to shoot him. They're protecting something in that workshop. Hope it's worth it for them. It's going to be costing them their lives. The bounty hunter's firepower and its opposition cancel each other out long enough for me to get in close. I can't take the risk of being hit. Can't hesitate. Increase the rate of fire. It's over in seconds and it's going to... Okay, that's nice. Slag machinery set up for nanotechnology. Work stinks of the whale and helps improve Mr. Big's standing. Then again, so does an office chair. Because he's so tiny. It's hard to see how tiny this guy is, except for right now. And I didn't realize. I guess I haven't been really paying attention. This is really sloppy. Small size clothing. Sized pig. Size. That's sizest. Oh my God, for the vertically challenged, specializing in the small man's needs. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, we're doing okay. Special sale on goldfish. Buy one, get one free. Oh my God, 6-inch. Six for sale. What? $6. I don't know what that is right there. $6 per sale. Okay, that sucks. But I like that. That's weird. It's horrible. He asked about feeders. I went to show him, and there was a splash. And when I turned back, my gut puppy, the sweetest fish any pet lover could ever ask for, was gone. And then the disgusting little man burped. Oh my God, he ate the fish. Why would you do that? Oh, Wolverine, is that you? You gotta have adamantium in your brain, having a hard time thinking. He's gotta solve this fast. I do love the art, though, and, look at that. He'll do these, like, that's just his style, and I just love it. Yeah, sure, yeah, just give me a minute to think. To concentrate. That's me when I have a migraine. Oh, it hurts. More warlock stuff. Your monstrous suffering is not without purpose, Wolverine. It feels like it's kind of without purpose. So what's the purpose of him suffering besides to kill him? It reminds us of the profound motivation behind our mutual quest, both selfish and selfless. You maintain an ample integrity by balancing one against the other, while I confess to only greed. That's evil. That's total evil. Whoa. That's cool. But why? Now, what's Mr. Big doing? It's inhuman. Now it's worse, more than just violence being set loose from down deep. Nightmares written hard through my psyche. That's cool. Holy mother of God, he's having some psycho dreams. Careful what you ask for. To the last I grapple with thee. What? You'll be needing both hands to grapple. From adamantium's heart I stab at thee. Oh my God, he is tripping. 6-1, I'll take those odds. For humanity's sake, I spit my last breath at thee. In the motel, flesh gets pushed into shapes never meant to be. Technocancer growing out of my skin, out of control, scraping rough against the chair, and setting me growling in my sleeps. I don't even know what sound that is. In my head, it's another story. Tell me, what is that other? Oh my God. That's not good. Look at his little claws. You should have stuck to Melville's motivation, mutant. Totally, man. That's what he should have done. Oh my God! What's going on? Nothing to keep the metal in place after it's been cut loose from the bone. Well, yeah, I guess. Guess it's just going to come pouring out of him. Forearms shredding into meat and jelly as claws break off from the inside out. Oh my goodness, for hate's sake. It's pure, it's stronger, and it's all humanity can expect in the future. Really? That's not very nice. Guts twisting at his words, turning me outside in. I like that. Nanotechnology engines running through their self-improvement program, carving adamantium out of my skull. Well, how's he going to get fixed? He's done. B cells, T cells kicking into overdrive. Bro, you're dead. Locked in around the marrow, it made no difference to those inner defenses. Cut loose, it's an unwelcome intruder that can't be done in. And driven the metal out can only go so, and driving the metal out can only go so far before it all gives way, taking me along. Whoa, he's tripping hard. Anybody ain't got a prayer. Yeah, that's nice. Stone cold and without mercy. Is that big? Now this is what I call big game hunting. What the hell? I just love how he does this. He just pulls it out of his... I don't know where he pulls it from. A little louder next time, Mick. They might not have picked up all of that. I don't know what he's trying to pick up. Run, fish man, sharky man. I have to be to survive among the rest of these predators. Behind my back, they call me the whale, but I'm really a shark. Those bastards calling him a whale. Scent on the wind, melted snow underfoot, torn bark at my fingers. Oh my God, there's Shabloos. Well, that's a whale. Whatever else he's been called, the whale runs like a scared rabbit. I see what you did there. Caught in the harsh light, gleaming off what I've become. He looks like one, too. He looks like a bunny rabbit. I'll be nice to the bunny rabbit. Blubbering whale. How immensely appropriate. You thought you were so tremendous, didn't you? So gigantic. Who's the big man now? Who's the big man now? Cousin, it packing the large caliber more than makes up for what's lacking. What? Cousin it packing the large caliber more than makes up for what's lacking. Is that supposed to rhyme? An amputee dripping mud and what he spoiled himself with don't make for a pick. How is he going to survive? There we go. Look, that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with pain. He's in pain because he's got this stuff coming out of him. Glurk, glack. Yeah, glurk, glack. That's nice. Glurk, lies, glitz into truth. What? Man's got a bone to pick with you, big. That's nice. Oh, it's so boring. Like, okay, but just trying to say about me, Wolverine, I'm warning you. Don't mistake my figure for frailty. Who are you? And it's one of those going to snap pretty easy under the strain. Lies, lies, lies. Where'd she go? Shut up, shut up, shut up. I'd never presume. Gawk! Oh no, they smashed his helmet and now he can't breathe. I know you're bigger than that. Big enough to convince you that my project co-leader there was a threat inside of a traitor, big enough to con you into tracking him for me. Whoa, that's so deceitful. Then I guess it's long overdue I cut you down to... What the hell? Just put down the pointy things. Whatever I slice into keeps the little man's ammo from peeling the flesh completely off my diseased bones. What? Shrapnel's good enough to help in making up the difference. You aggregated, contorted freak. I love the words. people in glass houses shouldn't cast stones. Really? Is that where we are? You're supposed to have a big reveal. Where's the big reveal? She's right there with the shark man. There. Where is she? Where is this figure? Mixing in among the scent of whale and melted circuit boards. Something more than a little familiar. Something big. So it's just a freak. It's just some weird nanotech woman with like barely a head. The art is just amazing. But you failed. God damn it. And freaks and flying teats shouldn't get close to... I want to see that. Where are the flying teats? Shouldn't get close to living weapons. What are you talking about? Maybe Sienkiewicz is gay. You have a spectacular propensity for dispatching my operatives. Yeah, he sounds bad. Here at the metal works, back at the training yard, I should have learned right from then. Your kind never does. Never send a sword to do a chainsaw's job. What are you doing? Come on then, give it your best shot. Frizzing! Beneath the skin, the hidden end of the metal claws pull away from my bones. Muscles in my arm bulge outward with a sickening looseness, threatening to tear all the way through. Not when my worst is certain to do so much more damage. This is what it feels like to have a dream come true. I'm doing a mammoth favor here, Wolverine. What? The virus I baited you with, it was a prototype. One I pulled off the whale's reject pile. There is no cure for what you're going through. Dude, save this one. That would be death. His cure is death. Adamantium everywhere, all at once. No way for my healing process to focus on the machine virus, on anything. Good idea, kill yourself. What's needed is a way to realign. Oh no, he's going to reboot. Hard reboot. Show up the nanotech for the tiny threads. What? Regrouping that. Oh my god. He thinks that he's doing it, but he's not doing it for doing it. He's doing it to do that. What? Two brain. What's going on? Now the nanotech can't do anything. You have had important friends, Wolverine. They won't acknowledge your death was at your own hand. They'll blame me. They'll seek vengeance. But maybe not if there's nothing at all left for them to revenge. Smart thinking. Get rid of the body. First thing out of the dark is the smell of human meat burning. Oh my god. A ratcheting sound that becomes a whine of metal scraping metal. I open my eyes to a shower of sparks, an ozone-scented strobe that flash burns the sight into my retinas. I love the writing, actually, but the story's just so bad. Chainsaw blade catching on the adamantium chrome calcium white of my shoulder bone. One of them's gotta give, and so one of them does. Oh my god! He's stuck on a hook. Maybe for a while it seemed like it was going to be me and big and a free-for-all, one-on-one, tooth and nail. But in the end, it was more my immune system he was taking on than me. And it's in that face-off he ultimately lost. Between gasps of what he calls air, the whale gurgles out plans for nanotech engines that destroy cancer cells and, oh yeah, sure, you're going to save the world. Not today, buddy. Today you die. He cries in his milk pail. Holy Christ. Looking for forgiveness over some terrorist he had to keep them from keeping hold of his project. dude. I pat him on the backside, congratulating him for a job well done, and I promise to put him in touch with Reed Richards. Oh my God. Or some other brain who'll understand more than every 10th word the little guy says. What the hell? My own plan calls, I can't stop laughing, for a bath of beer, the babe from the bar in Chi-Town. Not necessarily in that order. And steering clear of anyone shorter than me for a good long while. Some fool may already be thinking toward pulling a similar number on me in the future. They'd do well to read up on the adaptive immunity, paying extra close attention to the concept of immunological memory. That's right. You don't need a vaccine when you've already come in contact with the virus. That's where the first run-in with the specific antigen, some outside organism with a bad attitude, sets up with the insiders to come back stronger and meaner to resist the next time. Next time, it's going to be so easy. In other words, I get put through this business again, it'd be no more Mr. Nice Guy. Don't even think about it. Okay. That puts an end to that. I don't care. I love the coloring. Who did the coloring? Published by Marvel, Inner Fury, Wolverine, Inner Fury, and all the prominent characters appear, blah, blah, blah. Editor, artist, letter, colorist, Sherilyn Van Valkenburg. It is not an easy task to color all of this. Who did the inks? I guess the colorist or maybe Sienkiewicz, which, I mean, he would have done a lot of, they work in tandem. So, see, I feel cheated because it's like, ho, 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 you know, you're expecting that at the end, the big reveal. And this is just amazing art. It's just amazing concept and energy. I just love it. Oh, dude. That, come on. So Warlock, isn't it? Can't you just see how much he really let loose in New Mutants when he was doing that? I just loved that. And it was just so, like, not psychedelic, but just so scattered, beautiful. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 4 panels. Okay, their faces got a little cartoony here, and I guess that's what the feeling was. He was going, that's pretty insane. It's almost like there's a new artist that took over, but it's not. It's the same one. But just, I'm not too. I mean, he's having like a hallucinogenic, psychedelic experience right now because he's so close to death. You know, his perception of reality is warped. So I get it, but I don't like it. Okay, I mean, I like this. That's some pretty cool stuff there. But how does his immune system put the adamantium back on his bones when it's spiking out of his body and everything? Like, he lost his claws, dude. He's just so skilled, you know? Like, look. You can see the little nano dudes pushing the adamantium out. I mean, that's as good as you're going to get for a diagram. And that's happening inside of his head, too. You know, so it's like, whatever. I just love this. Whew, just amazing. And look, this is where you needed the big reveal. Like, okay, so is that, what? Because he's little, and then appreciate it, but the gesture, I already know. So now he's in the bucket, that's all it is? Play the Crying Game song. Do, 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 do. This is what this is. 1992. I bet the Crying Game came out at the same time. We need Boy George to sing that song. What the? He looks like Rasputin. He looks like... You know what he looks like, right? Rubs hands together vigorously. So that's cool. I didn't expect that from Sienkiewicz. That's totally what happens. That's terrible. That is so terrible. But the art, I just love that style. Like, and bub, give it your best shot, bub. You expect him to say bub there. Give it your best shot, bub. Yeah. You just knew it too. That's crazy. Coward. You tell him. Okay then. Well, I'm sure that expresses my views of this comic somewhat. I enjoyed it. I laughed. Live, laugh, love. I cried. Did I cry? No, I didn't. No. I would recommend it for the art. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Sienkiewicz. I don't know how to say that name. And I'm drawn to it. Like, there were so many comics in there, and this one just, boom. I love it. For the art, it's pretty raw. And, but, oh my God. What a letdown. What the, just crying game, which was, 1992. That was the era. Now they're everywhere, right? So, thanks, Bill. It's not your fault. It's Chichester. Okay. I'm going to put a short up of this as well, just because. Why not? And thanks for watching Truck Driver Review. Good night.